Look at this little motherfucker right here.
Hey, fuck you!
Okay, you know what, Jeej? I deserve that.
I love sunshine, I love butterflies, but more than anything, I love Doug.
Hey! Shut the fuck up! Fucking piece of shit.
That's Doug, the best owner in the world.
Strays is the new raunchy R-rated comedy about a little dog named Reggie, voiced by Will Ferrell, who is abandoned by his horrible owner, played by Will Forte. Reggie then comes across a group of strays known as Bug, voiced by Jamie Foxx, Maggie, voiced by Isla Fisher, and Hunter, voiced by Randall Park. And with their help, Reggie vows to get his revenge on his owner by ripping off his dick.
We gon' fuck shit up.
So look, if you saw the trailer for this and didn't like what you saw, you're not gonna get into this at all. But if you saw the trailer and was laughing at some of the jokes, you might get into this. And as I mentioned before with Joyride, I love these types of comedies, even if they're not everybody's cup of tea, and I'm glad to see that they're having their comeback. And with Strays, this was actually one of my most anticipated movies of the summer. But did it deliver? I mean, I enjoyed myself quite a bit. I'm not gonna act like everything about this movie works, but to say that I wasn't smiling ear to ear and constantly laughing throughout would be an understatement. Some people will probably go in and watch this and come out saying that the movie was just a gimmick. And I will admit that it is pretty quick that hearing these dogs constantly say fuck all the time does get old fast. But I think what really makes it work are the voice actors. Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx were both great in this. Jamie Foxx was really good with his line deliveries, and he could take certain things that, on paper, wouldn't be all that funny, and then make them really damn funny. Randall Park and Isla Fisher were also really good and funny as well. And despite getting tired of constantly hearing these dogs cuss, it is funny when they would have a reaction to something, and then go, oh fuck! This is obviously supposed to be a satire on a bunch of talking dog movies for kids, but the two they seem to be making fun of the most are Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey, with the stray dogs having to get to Doug's house to rip his dick off, and then sometimes it's A Dog's Purpose, with us seeing everything from Reggie's perspective at first. And there is a very funny reference to that movie with what they would call a narrator dog, and even Dennis Quaid makes a cameo for some reason. Which just makes me want to believe that this is the third movie in the Dog's Purpose trilogy.
He yelled to the sky, but what Bug didn't realize...
Fuck you, narrator dog.
He said...
Stop saying he said.
He replied...
Fuck you.
Next to the High Evolutionary and Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Will Forte as Doug might be one of the most hateful villains of the year, and it's not hard to see why. He's a complete asshole to this little dog who thinks he's like the greatest human who's ever lived, and Reggie cannot see that he's a total loser and that he doesn't love him in the slightest. You'll be laughing at Reggie constantly misunderstanding what Doug is saying and doing, but feel so bad for him at the same time, and you really want to see him succeed at ripping Doug's dick off. But under all that raunchiness and profanity is a lot of heart and a pretty good story about abusive relationships. The movie is also a good and pretty quick 90 minutes, and it did fly by for me. And can we all agree that this hands down has the best use of Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball ever? There are a lot of pee and poo jokes here, but that's expected with a movie about talking dogs, and there are a few obvious jokes that they would make, but they can still be pretty damn funny. I love this one scene where they go to a county fair and see fireworks going off, and it basically turns into Saving Private Ryan for them. But even though there are a number of jokes that did work for me, there are a number of jokes that just feel like they were there for shock value, and some that had no thought put into them. One scene that just didn't work at all was when they're in the pound, and they had to escape by pooping, and we got a whole montage of dogs pooping, and it wasn't clever or funny.
God damn! It's real! Woo. The magic fence is real!
One of the dogs has a backstory, and if you saw DC League of Super Pets last year, the backstory here is ripped straight from that, no difference. I mean, hell, I guess that movie did just rip it from Toy Story 2 with Jesse's backstory. And once again, the cussing does get old, but it is always expected with raunchy R-rated comedies. But I did have a really good time with Strays. If you like these types of comedies and don't mind the constant cussing, you'll have fun too. But again, if you don't like these types of comedies, you can skip it. I'm gonna give Strays a B+. God
damn!
Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, turn on the notification bell. I'll be back with more reviews very soon. See you then.